Listen closely, because the next few minutes could change your life forever. Imagine waking up tomorrow to see $222 million flowing into your account, transforming you instantly into a millionaire. This isn't fantasy. This is divine timing. You didn't click on this video by accident. Your spirit was drawn here. Right now, heaven is aligning opportunities, wealth, and abundance in your favor. And if you stay until the end, you'll understand why this message is a direct confirmation of your financial breakthrough. Your millionaire moment isn't coming someday. It's starting right now, in this very second. A door is opening into a season of wealth and abundance that will redefine your entire life. Picture this clearly. You wake up tomorrow morning, stretch your arms, and reach for your phone. You glance at your account, and the number staring back at you isn't thousands, it isn't even millions. It's $222 million. You sit up straight, heart pounding, trying to take in the reality of what you're seeing. That figure isn't just a dream or a fantasy. It's sitting in your balance. And with one moment, everything about your life has changed. You are a millionaire, not someday, not years from now, but instantly, undeniably, irreversibly. This is the image I want you to hold because it's not just imagination. It's a reflection of what is already happening in the unseen. The flow of $222 million is not a possibility, it is a promise. A divine promise meant specifically for you. It's not a random number, it's not symbolic filler, it's exact, it's precise, it's prophetic. This is heaven's way of showing you that your breakthrough is real and it's now. I see you, beloved. I see the tension in your spirit. You've been fighting with doubt. You've been surrounded by voices, family, friends, co-workers, who sometimes can't understand your vision. You've carried the quiet hum of worry inside of you, and that noise has made it hard to believe that something so big, so supernatural, could really happen to you. But here's the truth. It's already in motion. What you've been waiting for, what you've been praying for, is rushing toward you faster than you realize. Think about this. How many times have you told yourself, maybe I'll get my break one day? How many times have you thought, maybe I'm just not meant to experience wealth? That hesitation is not the voice of destiny, it's the voice of fear. And fear is the one thing that tries to block you from receiving what's already yours. Right now, you are being invited to shut out the noise, to silence the doubt, and to anchor yourself in the reality that $222 million is already secured for you. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. Feel the presence that surrounds you. It's closer than your own breath. That presence is assurance. That presence is confirmation. This is not just motivational language. This is divine reality. Heaven has already written your millionaire moment into existence. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to fight with the world to secure it. You only have to align yourself with the truth that has already been spoken over you. Abundance is yours. Victory is yours. The title of millionaire is yours. The promise of $222 million is not coming someday. It is unfolding now. Let me ask you something. What would change in your heart if you believed this completely? If you knew beyond a shadow of doubt that this blessing was already yours, how would you think differently? How would you walk differently? How would you carry yourself today, tomorrow, next week? Because that's the invitation here. To start living as though it's already real, because in the unseen, it already is. Now, let's get practical for a moment. Imagine the ripple effect of this blessing. $222 million doesn't just make you wealthy. It positions you to transform everything around you. You're no longer limited by bills, by lack, by fear of not having enough. You're no longer trying to survive paycheck to paycheck. Instead, you're living from a place of overflow. You can invest, you can give, you can create opportunities, you can change lives. You can walk into rooms and carry influence. You can leave a legacy for generations to come. This isn't about greed, it's about purpose. Wealth is a tool, and in your hands, it becomes a tool for impact. That's why I've been preparing you. That's why the waiting season lasted as long as it did. You may have thought it was delay, but it was preparation. You needed to grow into the kind of person who could carry millionaire status with wisdom and gratitude. If I had placed 222 million into your life years ago, would you have been ready? Maybe not. But now you are. Every trial, every lesson, every tear, every moment of stretching was shaping you into someone who can handle what's coming without losing yourself. Beloved, your millionaire moment is not fantasy. It's divine timing. It's alignment. It's fulfillment. And it's closer than you think. The heavens are already aligning resources, opportunities, and people in your favor. Behind the scenes, things are moving. Contracts are shifting. Doors are unlocking. Even while you're listening right now, the process is unfolding. The question is, will you believe it? Will you let this truth sink into your spirit so deeply that no doubt can shake it? Because that's where your power lies. In trust. When you trust, you silence fear. When you trust, you rise above hesitation. When you trust, you activate the blessing that's been waiting for you all along. So hear me clearly. This is your time. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are standing at the very threshold of your breakthrough. And the number written over this breakthrough is $222 million. Let this sink in. One decision, one moment, one divine alignment is all it takes. And it is already taking place. Your part is to stay ready, stay thankful, stay open. Because when the door swings wide, you won't have time to hesitate. You'll need to walk through boldly, knowing this is what you were created for. Imagine the day, soon, very soon, when you tell your story. When people ask, how did you become a millionaire? And your answer is simple. God aligned it. 222 million flowed into my life, and I stepped into what was already mine. That testimony will inspire others because they'll see that what happened to you wasn't luck, it was destiny. So, let this be your starting point today. Don't wait until you see the deposit to believe it's real. Believe now. Speak it now. Align yourself with it now, because the unseen is waiting for your agreement. When your heart and your words match heaven's promise, nothing can stop the manifestation. You are not being prepared for a small blessing. You are being prepared for overflow. You are being prepared for millionaire status. You are being prepared for $222 million that will not only bless you, but will impact everyone connected to you. This is your moment. This is your time. This is the millionaire season you've been waiting for. Stand tall, lift your head, open your heart, because what you've been praying for is already rushing into your life. And when it arrives, you'll know it was never about chance. It was always about faith, alignment, and divine promise. This is the millionaire moment. This is your reality, and it starts right now. You've caught the vision, you've seen the promise, and you've felt the certainty that $222 million is flowing into your life. But now, let's deal with something crucial, the noise. Because as powerful as the promise is, the enemy of clarity is distraction. The blessing is certain, but your ability to step into it requires you to push through the voices, the doubts, and the confusion that try to cloud your spirit. You know this noise well. It's the endless chatter in your mind, the what-ifs, the maybe it won't happen, the why me. You've heard it late at night when you tried to sleep but your thoughts wouldn't quiet down. You've heard it in the form of other people's opinions. Be realistic. Don't get your hopes up. That's too much to believe for. You've even felt it in the silence when it seemed like nothing was moving, and the quiet began to sound like failure. But hear me clearly, you were never meant to be guided by noise. You were meant to be guided by presence. You were meant to listen to the voice that speaks peace into your storm. You were meant to feel the nearness of the one who has already secured your breakthrough. Noise does not carry truth. Noise carries fear, doubt, and delay. And if you let it settle in your spirit, it steals your confidence. That's why I'm calling you to rise above it, to cut through the static, to quiet the distractions until only clarity remains. Because when you silence the noise, you'll hear something deeper. You'll hear the steady assurance that your millionaire moment is not just possible, it's already here. Think of it this way. You've been driving down a road with the radio blasting. The station is fuzzy, filled with static. The more you focus on the static, the harder it is to recognize the music underneath. But if you adjust the dial, if you tune more carefully, suddenly the sound becomes clear, beautiful, powerful. That's what it's like with your spirit. Right now there's static, the voices of doubt, the chaos of the world, the chatter of fear. But if you tune your heart, you'll realize the melody of your breakthrough has been playing the whole time. So, how do you break through the noise? First, you recognize that it's there. Don't ignore it. Don't pretend it doesn't exist. Call it out. Say to yourself, this thought is not mine. This fear is not my future. This doubt is not my destiny. The moment you identify the noise, you strip it of its power. Second, you replace it. You don't just try to not think about something. You actively shift your focus. When doubt says, what if it never comes? You respond with, it's already mine. When fear whispers, what if you fail? You say, I cannot fail when God has already secured my 222 million breakthrough. When hesitation asks, what if people laugh at you? You answer, let them laugh. My abundance will be proof enough. Third, you surround yourself with silence and presence. Find the quiet moments, the spaces where the noise cannot reach. Step away from the constant flood of information, the endless scrolling, the toxic voices. In stillness, you will feel the nearness of the one who has never left you. In stillness, you'll hear the voice that says, you are chosen, you are ready, you are prepared for millionaire blessing. Remember, anxious thoughts weaken your ability to see clearly. They chip away at your confidence little by little, until hesitation takes over. And hesitation is dangerous because it stalls movement. And movement is how blessings manifest. When you hesitate too long, you stop just short of the promise. But that will not be your story. You are learning, right now, to recognize the noise for what it is, empty distraction, and to push through it into clarity. Now, imagine this. All around you, the world is loud. People are arguing, doubting, competing, rushing. But inside of you, there's peace. Inside of you, there's stillness. Inside of you, there's a calm certainty that while the world is distracted, you are focused. While the world is anxious, you are steady. While the world is worried about scarcity, you are preparing for overflow. That inner calm is what keeps you aligned with your millionaire destiny. And here's the deeper truth. $222 million is not arriving to fight for your attention. It's arriving for a heart that is still enough to recognize it. The blessing isn't going to shout louder than the noise. It's waiting for you to quiet the noise so you can see it clearly. Beloved, you've been through seasons where you felt like you couldn't hear anything. Seasons where you wondered, God, are you even speaking to me? But I want you to know I was speaking the whole time. I was whispering in gentle ways, through a friend's encouraging words, through an unexpected opportunity, through a quiet assurance that came when you least expected it. The challenge wasn't my silence, it was the noise around you. And now that you know, you'll never confuse the two again. The moment you cut through the noise, you realize something extraordinary. The path forward is already lit. It may not show the entire journey, but it always shows the next step. That's all you need, one step at a time, one act of faith at a time. Each step brings you closer until suddenly you're standing in the middle of the promise with $222 million in your account, wondering why you ever doubted in the first place. So, here's your invitation. Let go of the noise. Release the need for every answer up front. Stop waiting for perfect clarity before you move. Trust that clarity comes as you walk. Faith isn't about seeing the whole road. It's about trusting the one who guides your steps. And when you feel the doubts creeping in again, and yes, they will try, don't panic, don't shame yourself. Just recognize them as noise and remind yourself, I am chosen for abundance. $222 million is already mine. I am walking in it, and nothing can stop me. The more you practice this, the stronger your inner clarity becomes. Soon, the noise won't even faze you. What once shook you will no longer move you. What once made you hesitate will now remind you to act with even greater boldness. Think about it. Every great story begins with a moment when the hero chooses to silence fear and step into destiny. This is your moment. The noise around you is only proof that the blessing is close. Distractions don't fight for what doesn't matter. They fight for what is about to break through. The louder the noise, the closer the breakthrough. And your breakthrough carries the unmistakable number of $222 million. So take a breath, find your center. Tune your heart to the frequency of destiny. Because when you do, the noise fades, and the clarity of your millionaire future shines brighter than ever. You are breaking through the noise. You are stepping into certainty, and the promise ahead of you is unstoppable. You've broken through the noise. You've quieted the doubts. Now it's time to root yourself deeper, because the only way to hold on to a promise as massive as $222 million is to anchor yourself in unshakable trust. Trust isn't fragile hope. Trust isn't wishful thinking. Trust is knowing, beyond feelings and beyond circumstances, that what has been promised is already secured. Think of trust like the anchor of a ship. When storms rage and waves rise, the anchor holds the vessel steady. Without it, the ship would drift wherever the current pulled. That's what life is like when you don't anchor yourself in trust. You drift with every opinion, every doubt, every setback. But when you drop the anchor, when you root yourself in divine faithfulness, you can weather anything, because you know your blessing isn't moving. Your millionaire destiny isn't hanging by a thread. It's not fragile. It's not conditional on your perfection. It's guaranteed by something stronger, faithfulness that never fails. You don't need to be flawless to receive. You don't need to earn your way into abundance. You only need to trust. Trust that the one who promised is faithful. Trust that the $222 million already has your name on it. Trust that nothing, no delay, no opposition, no doubt, can cancel what's been secured. Pause for a moment and reflect. How many times have you felt weak and thought, maybe I'm not enough? How many times have you let guilt convince you that blessings pass you by? That mindset is rooted in the belief that you must earn what has already been gifted. But here's the truth. Abundance isn't about your flawlessness. It's about faithfulness. And that faithfulness is eternal. Beloved, your strength will waver sometimes. That's normal. Your emotions will shift. There will be days when you wake up full of energy and others when you feel heavy. But trust doesn't rely on emotions. Trust is steady. Trust says, even when I don't feel it, I know it's happening. Even when I can't see it, I know it's moving. Even when I don't understand, I know $222 million is flowing into my life. That's the kind of trust that anchors you when adversity comes. And make no mistake, adversity will try to test you. Unexpected expenses may pop up. People may doubt you. Opportunities may look like they fall through. But trust keeps you from collapsing under pressure. Trust reminds you, this is only temporary. My future is unshakable. My millionaire blessing cannot be stolen. Let's go deeper. Trust doesn't just hold you steady, it builds resilience. It strengthens your inner core so that every trial you walk through becomes proof of your readiness. You've already endured so much. You've survived storms you thought would break you. You've overcome setbacks that others didn't think you'd recover from. And yet here you are, still standing, still believing, still moving forward. That resilience is evidence that you're ready to carry the weight of abundance. Because make no mistake, $222 million is weight. It's opportunity, yes. It's freedom, yes. But it's also responsibility. It multiplies whatever's inside of you. If you're rooted in fear, it multiplies fear. If you're anchored in trust, it multiplies confidence. That's why your foundation matters so much. The millions aren't coming to create trust. They're coming to reward the trust you've already cultivated. So, how do you stay anchored when the world around you feels unstable? First, remind yourself daily of the promises you've already seen fulfilled. Look back at the times when you thought there was no way forward, yet a way opened. Remember when you thought you had nothing left, but strength came anyway. Those weren't coincidences. Those were confirmations. If faithfulness carried you then, it will carry you now. Second, speak trust out loud. Don't let it stay in your head. Words have power. Every morning, declare, I am anchored in trust. My blessing is secure. My $222 million are already mine. Speak it until your heart believes it, until your mind accepts it, until doubt has no room left to speak. Third, stay consistent. Trust isn't just for the easy days. It's for the hard days too. When nothing looks like it's changing, when the bank account looks the same, when the breakthrough feels delayed, that's when trust matters most. Anyone can trust when life looks perfect. True strength is trusting when nothing makes sense. That's what anchors you. And here's the beauty. Trust doesn't just hold you, it transforms you. It changes how you walk, how you talk, how you think. Suddenly, you're not reacting out of fear anymore. You're not scrambling to control outcomes. You're moving with calm assurance. You're living like a millionaire before the millions even arrive. And that posture attracts the blessing because it proves you're ready to hold it. Let me ask you something personal. How would your life look if you trusted completely? How would you carry yourself differently if you knew beyond doubt that $222 million was already yours? Would you wake up stressed about bills? Would you hesitate to take opportunities? Would you shrink when people doubted you? No. You would rise. You would walk with certainty. You would live boldly. That's the power of anchoring yourself in trust. And here's the deeper truth. Trust doesn't remove adversity, but it makes you unshakable in adversity. People may not understand. They may question you. They may laugh when you say, I'm stepping into $222 million. But their lack of belief doesn't change your reality. Trust keeps you steady while others waver. Trust keeps you bold while others doubt. So, beloved, stand tall. Anchor yourself deeper than ever before. Say to yourself right now, I trust completely. My millionaire destiny is unstoppable. My $222 million are secured. Nothing can move me from this truth. Let those words sink into every corner of your being. Because here's what's happening as you anchor yourself. Your environment begins to align. Opportunities appear. Ideas flow. Connections form. And step by step, you walk directly into what's been waiting for you. The anchor of trust doesn't slow you down. It positions you so that when the wave of blessing arrives, you're ready to ride it without fear. And that wave is already building. It's already rushing toward you. Soon, you'll look back on this very moment and realize it was trust that carried you into millionaire status. It was trust that prepared you for $222 million. It was trust that proved you were ready for everything abundance brings. Stay anchored, stay steady, stay unshakable, because your moment isn't coming someday. It's unfolding right now. Now that you've anchored yourself in unshakable trust, it's time to step into the center of the promise. And this isn't just any promise, it's a very specific one. The number isn't vague, the blessing isn't abstract, it's clear, it's direct, it's undeniable. $222 million. That's the promise written over your life. And it's not just a possibility, it's a certainty waiting for your agreement. This number, 222, carries divine significance. It speaks of alignment, of balance, of doors opening at exactly the right time. It represents confirmation that heaven is orchestrating something larger than you can see. And when you attach the word million to it, you're not just talking about a figure. You're talking about a destiny-shaping breakthrough. You're talking about financial transformation so massive that it changes not only your life, but the lives of everyone connected to you. Imagine it clearly. Visualize your account with those numbers lighting up the screen. 222 million.00. It's not fiction. It's not some wild fantasy. It's the reality I am calling you into. I want you to see it so vividly that your spirit grabs hold of it and refuses to let go. Because the clearer you see it, the stronger your faith grows. And here's the truth. You didn't ask for this number, I revealed it to you. You didn't invent it, you received it. That's how you know it's not just a wish, it's a word. And when I give a word, I fulfill it. I don't play with empty promises. I don't tease with impossible dreams. If I've said $222 million is yours, then nothing in heaven or on earth can stop it. But let me be clear. This isn't just about money. Yes, the wealth is real. Yes, the millionaire lifestyle is part of the promise. But this is about so much more. This is about freedom. This is about opportunity. This is about legacy. $222 million isn't simply for your comfort. It's for your calling. It's for building, creating, blessing, and expanding beyond what you ever thought possible. Think of what this blessing means. No more chains of debt, no more sleepless nights over bills, no more feeling like you're trapped by circumstances. Instead, you're free to invest in your dreams, free to support your family, free to impact your community, free to live without fear of lack. This promise doesn't just shift your bank account, it shifts your mindset. It transforms how you move through the world. But here's what I need you to understand. Big blessings require big preparation. That's why the waiting has lasted. That's why I've been shaping your heart. Because when $222 million arrives, it will magnify whatever is already inside you. If you're grateful now, you'll overflow with gratitude then. If you're generous now, you'll become a fountain of generosity then. If you're faithful now, you'll be unshakable when abundance pours in. That's why I've been reminding you over and over. This is not about your flawlessness. This is about my faithfulness. I'm not waiting for you to be perfect. I'm asking you to trust, to believe, to stay aligned. That's the posture that opens the gates of blessing. Beloved, I want you to hear me clearly. The $222 million promise is not fragile. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be canceled. It cannot be blocked. You may have felt like delays meant denial, but they didn't. They only meant preparation. Every closed door was setting you up for the right one. Every not yet was paving the way for right now. And right now, the promise is alive. Right now, the blessing is moving. Right now, the numbers are shifting in your favor. You may not see the transaction yet, but in the unseen, it's already complete. All heaven is already treating it as done. And soon, very soon, you will see with your eyes what your spirit already knows. So, let's make this practical. Start speaking the promise as reality. Say it boldly. My $222 million are secured. I am a millionaire. I am living in abundance. Don't whisper it like a timid wish. Declare it like a fact. Because the more you speak it, the more your mind aligns with it, and the more your actions prepare you to hold it. Then, live today as though it's already here. How does a millionaire carry themselves? How does someone who knows they're walking into $222 million think? They don't move in fear. They don't hesitate. They don't shrink when others doubt. They walk with quiet confidence, with generosity, with vision. Start practicing that now, because it proves to the unseen world that you are ready. Here's another truth. Others may not understand this promise. They may say that's impossible. They may laugh, they may roll their eyes. But remember this, they didn't hear what I spoke to you. They weren't there when I whispered confirmation into your spirit. They don't feel the alignment you feel. This is your word, not theirs. You don't need their approval to receive what's already yours. And when the blessing manifests, when the $222 million show up in undeniable form, even those who doubted will have no choice but to see that this was divine. It won't just be a financial victory, it will be a testimony. People will look at you and say, only God could have done this. And you will point back and say, yes, He is faithful. Beloved, I want you to carry this with absolute certainty. You are not chasing $222 million. It's chasing you. You are not running after abundance. It's running after you. The promise is not fragile. It's fixed. All you must do is stay aligned, stay grateful, stay generous, and stay ready. So today, let the numbers settle deep in your spirit. Don't treat it like a dream. Treat it like your reality. See it, feel it, believe it. Because what you believe determines what you receive. and I am calling you to believe so strongly that nothing can shake your confidence. This is the $222 million promise. This is your millionaire destiny, and it is not coming someday. It is unfolding right now. You've seen the promise. You've anchored yourself in trust. Now, it's time to understand one of the most important principles of stepping into your $222 million destiny. Blessings don't manifest through hesitation. They manifest through action. Faith is not passive. Faith moves. Faith takes steps even when the entire path isn't visible. Think about this. Hesitation has probably cost you more than you realize. Opportunities have passed, doors have closed, and chances have slipped away. Not because they weren't real, but because fear whispered, wait. You thought you needed perfect clarity, complete certainty, or flawless timing before moving forward. But in reality, every moment of hesitation delayed what was already yours. Now, hear me clearly. That season is over. This is not a time to pause. This is not a time to second guess. This is not a time to stand at the edge of your promise wondering if it's safe. This is the season of movement. This is a season of stepping forward boldly, even if the step feels small, even if you don't see the whole staircase yet. Because every step you take in faith builds momentum. And momentum is what carries you directly into the millionaire blessing waiting for you. I want you to imagine something. Picture two people standing at the edge of a door. The door is wide open. The room beyond it is filled with treasures, filled with opportunity, filled with everything they've been asking for. One person hesitates. They think, what if I walk in and it's not real? What if it closes before I get there? What if I fail? And so they stay frozen, just inches from everything they've dreamed about. The other person doesn't wait. They step through even with uncertainty. And the moment they do, they realize the treasures were waiting for them all along. Which one are you going to be? Will you stand still, paralyzed by hesitation, or will you walk through the open door of $222 million that is already swinging wide? Beloved, hesitation feels safe in the moment, but it is the thief of destiny. It tricks you into believing that waiting will somehow bring clarity. But clarity often comes only after you've taken the first step. You don't see the entire road before you drive. You see just far enough to move forward. That's how blessings work. That's how faith works. Remember this. Your millionaire promise doesn't require you to understand everything. It requires you to move when you feel the nudge, when you hear the whisper, when you sense the push in your spirit. That's alignment. That's trust in action. So, what does action look like right now? It may not mean some dramatic leap. Often it looks like small, consistent steps. Making a phone call, saying yes to a meeting, starting the business idea you've been sitting on, reaching out to a connection, applying for something you once thought was out of reach. These actions may seem minor, but they are signals. Every time you act, you are declaring, I believe the promise. I believe $222 million is flowing into my life. Action is proof of trust. Words are powerful, but words without steps fall short. When you move, heaven moves with you. When you act, opportunities align. When you take one step, the next becomes visible. And before you know it, you've walked directly into the promise. Let me tell you this plainly. Hesitation will try to come back. Fear will whisper again. Doubt will creep in. But this time you know the truth. You know hesitation doesn't protect you. It only postpones what's already secured. And you are done postponing. You are done delaying. You are done waiting for perfect conditions. Beloved, there is no perfect condition. There is no flawless moment. There is only faith, and faith is enough. Think of it like planting a seed. If you wait until every condition is perfect, the soil flawless, the weather ideal, the forecast certain, you may never plant at all. But if you trust the process and put the seed in the ground, it grows. You may not control the rain or the sun, but you trust they will come, and soon the harvest is undeniable. That's how your actions work. Every step is a seed. Every move is a declaration. And the harvest, your $222 million, is the inevitable outcome. Now pause and imagine this. You've taken your steps. You've moved in faith. You've acted when others hesitated. And suddenly, the opportunity of a lifetime opens. A contract lands in your lap. A business idea explodes. A door opens no one thought possible. And because you acted, because you moved, you're standing in the middle of your millionaire destiny. Can you see it? Can you feel it? That moment belongs to you. Let me remind you, $222 million isn't waiting for the perfect person. It's waiting for the prepared person. And preparation is proven through action. You prove readiness not by talking about it endlessly, but by moving, by taking the step, by refusing to stay stuck. And here's the beauty. Your actions don't have to be grand to be powerful. Sometimes the most life-changing moves look small at first. Sending that email, writing down the plan, saying yes instead of no, trusting the whisper instead of the fear. These are the movements that build bridges into abundance. Beloved, I am urging you right now. Move. Don't hesitate. Don't wait until everything looks perfect. Don't wait until others approve. Don't wait until you feel no fear. Move anyway. Fear loses its grip the moment you take a step. Hesitation dies the moment you act. Say to yourself right now, I am not waiting any longer. I am stepping into my promise. I am moving into my $222 million destiny. When you live this way, acting on faith, moving even when uncertain, you align yourself with unstoppable momentum, and momentum carries you places hesitation never could. It takes you from almost there to already there, from waiting to receiving, from hoping to holding. And soon you'll look back and realize your actions, not your hesitation, were the bridge that carried you into millionaire status. Beloved, let this sink into your spirit. Hesitation ends today. Action begins now. And with every step you take, you're walking straight into the promise of $222 million. You've stepped past hesitation. You've chosen movement. Now comes the key that opens the floodgates wider than anything else. Gratitude. Gratitude is not an afterthought. Gratitude is not what you give once the $222 million lands in your account. Gratitude is the very key that unlocks it in the first place. Think of gratitude like a signal you send to the universe and to heaven itself. When you say thank you, before you see the evidence, you're showing that your trust is real. You're saying, I don't need to wait for proof, I believe it's already mine. And that posture of gratitude magnetizes blessing. It draws abundance into your life faster, stronger, and more securely than anything else. Beloved, gratitude is not a feeling. Gratitude is a choice. Gratitude is an action. Gratitude is the posture of someone who knows abundance is secured and lives as though it's already here. So let me ask you, are you thankful right now? Not for what you're hoping will happen, but for what you already have. Because if you cannot say thank you for the bed you sleep on, the meal you eat, the breath you breathe, how will you hold $222 million without letting it slip through your hands? Gratitude for small things proves you're ready for great things. Let me be clear, wealth without gratitude is wasted. People who complain when they have little will complain when they have much. People who are careless with small blessings will be careless with massive ones. That's why gratitude is the test. It's not just about feeling good, it's about showing you're trustworthy. If you honor the little, you'll honor the great. If you're thankful in scarcity, you'll overflow in abundance. So, here's what I want you to begin doing every single day. 1. Speak your gratitude out loud. Don't just think it, say it. Words create reality. Wake up and say, thank you for the $222 million already flowing into my life. Thank you for making me a millionaire. Thank you for the blessings that are already unfolding. The more you say it, the more your spirit aligns with it. 2. Be thankful for what you have now. Look around your life, the chair you sit on, the phone in your hand, the roof over your head. These may look ordinary, but they are blessings. When you notice them, when you value them, you train your heart to see abundance everywhere, and that vision multiplies into greater abundance. 3. Thank me for what hasn't shown up yet. Don't wait for the deposit to clear before you celebrate. Celebrate now, dance now, rejoice now. Gratitude in advance is a proof of faith. It tells the unseen world, I already know it's mine. 4. Live your gratitude. Gratitude isn't just words, it's action. When you share with others, when you give to those in need, when you spread kindness, you're living gratitude. You're saying, I'm so thankful for what I have that I want to pass it forward. And that kind of living gratitude opens floodgates wider than you can imagine. Now picture this. Every word of thanks you speak is like unlocking a vault. Every act of gratitude is like turning the key further. And when the vault opens, the flood of blessing pours out. $222 million rushing into your life. Unstoppable, undeniable, undeniable. Gratitude also protects you. Because here's the truth. Abundance without gratitude can actually be dangerous. Without gratitude, wealth can make people arrogant, selfish, careless. But with gratitude, wealth makes you generous, joyful, and steady. Gratitude keeps your heart soft. Gratitude keeps you humble. Gratitude ensures that the millions don't change who you are. They magnify the best of who you are. Beloved, let me give you a picture. Imagine a garden. If the soil is dry, cracked, and hard, even the best seeds won't grow. But when the soil is rich, soft, and nourished, seeds take root and multiply. Gratitude is that soil. It prepares your heart to receive. Without it, blessings can't take root. With it, blessings grow, multiply, and overflow. This is why gratitude must become your daily lifestyle. Not just something you practice when you feel good, but something you choose even in difficult moments. Can you say thank you when things don't look the way you hoped? Can you say thank you in the waiting? That's the real test. That's what proves your readiness for millionaire status. And here's the beautiful part. Gratitude creates joy. Even before the millions arrive, gratitude makes you rich inside. It fills you with peace. It lifts your perspective. It shifts your energy. And that joy becomes magnetic. It attracts more blessings, more opportunities, more wealth. Gratitude doesn't just prepare you for $222 million. It draws it closer every time you practice it. So, I want you to start imagining your millionaire life and giving thanks as if it's already here. Say, thank you for my freedom. Thank you for the ability to bless others. Thank you for the legacy I'm building. Thank you for the $222 million deposited into my life. And as you do, watch how your spirit expands. Watch how your vision sharpens. Watch how your environment begins to align. Gratitude is the gateway. Gratitude is the proof. Gratitude is the magnet. And gratitude is what will unlock the floodgates of abundance you've been waiting for. Beloved, the millionaire promise is already secured. The flow of $222 million is already moving. But the key to holding it, to multiplying it, to living in it fully, is gratitude. Speak it, live it, embody it. And watch as the floodgates swing wide open. This is your time. This is your promise. This is your abundance. And gratitude is your key. You've learned to move. You've chosen gratitude. Now it's time to release the weight that could otherwise block the flood of abundance. That weight has a name, unforgiveness. And until you let it go, it lingers like a heavy stone in your spirit, slowing you down just as you're stepping into your $222 million promise. Beloved, listen closely. Forgiveness isn't about pretending that what happened was okay. It's not about denying the hurt or excusing what was wrong. Forgiveness is about freeing you. Forgiveness is about unclenching your grip on pain so your hands are open to receive blessing. If you're holding bitterness in one hand, how will you hold $222 million in the other? Unforgiveness is a thief. It steals your peace. It poisons your thoughts. It weighs down your spirit until even good things feel heavy. And when your heart is heavy, it's harder to see clearly, harder to hear guidance, harder to move freely. That's why forgiveness isn't optional if you want to step fully into abundance. It's essential. Think about this. Every time you replay what someone did, every time you rehearse the anger, every time you carry the pain, you're giving energy to the past instead of investing it in your future. And your future is too valuable for that. Your future holds $222 million. Your destiny holds millionaire freedom. Your legacy holds abundance that will bless generations. Why let old wounds hold you back from that? Forgiveness is release. It's not about them, it's about you. It's about saying, this pain no longer has the right to control me. I choose peace. I choose freedom. I choose abundance. Now, I know forgiveness can feel impossible. I know you've been hurt deeply. I know you've carried things for years. But here's the truth. Holding on to pain doesn't punish the person who caused it. It punishes you. It locks you in the past. It chains you to memories. And you weren't created to live chained. You were created to live free. And here's the powerful secret. When you forgive, you create space. You empty out the clutter. You clear the atmosphere. And suddenly, there's room for new things. There's room for abundance. There's room for the $222 million flowing toward you. Forgiveness clears the ground so the seeds of blessing can grow without being strangled by weeds of resentment. Imagine it like this. You're standing with your arms full of old boxes. Boxes filled with anger, disappointment, betrayal, regret. Your arms are so full that when I try to hand you something new, you can't take it. But the moment you drop the boxes, the moment you let them fall, suddenly, your hands are free. Now, you can receive the treasure, the wealth, the promise that was waiting all along. That treasure is your $222 million. But to hold it, your hands must be free. Forgiveness is how you drop the boxes. Forgiveness is how you let go. Forgiveness is how you make space for more. Beloved, let me speak directly to your heart. There are people you need to forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. There are moments in your past you need to release, not because they were right, but because you are ready to step into something greater. And there are places where you need to forgive yourself. Yes, yourself. The mistakes you've carried, the regrets you've replayed, the guilt you've allowed to weigh you down, let it go. Release it. Say, I forgive myself. I am worthy of blessing. I am ready for $222 million. Because here's the truth. Unforgiveness creates scarcity in your spirit. It tells you, I'll never get better, I'll never heal, I'll never receive. But forgiveness opens you wide. It says, I am ready, I am open, I am free. And freedom attracts abundance. Freedom multiplies blessing. Freedom allows you to enjoy every dollar, every opportunity, every breakthrough without the shadow of bitterness hanging over it. Think about it. What good is $222 million if you're still chained to anger? What good is millionaire status if your heart is still heavy with pain? True abundance is not just wealth in your account. It's peace in your spirit. And forgiveness is the door to that peace. So here's what I want you to do. 1. Identify the weight. Be honest about the pain you've carried. Don't bury it, don't deny it, name it, and then decide you won't let it control you anymore. 2. Release it in words. Say it out loud. I forgive, I release, I let go. It doesn't matter if you don't feel it at first. The act of speaking it begins the release. 3. Forgive yourself. Stop rehearsing your mistakes. Stop punishing yourself for things long past. Say, I forgive myself. I am worthy. I am chosen. I am ready for abundance. 4. Repeat as often as needed. Forgiveness is a process. Some days the old pain will try to creep back in. When it does, release it again. Every time you do, the grip gets weaker until it disappears completely. Beloved, when you forgive, something extraordinary happens. You feel lighter, your vision clears, your energy rises. You find yourself smiling more, breathing deeper, walking taller, and in that freedom, you are ready to hold wealth without being crushed by it. Remember this truth. Forgiveness is not weakness. Forgiveness is strength. It takes far more power to release than to cling. It takes far more courage to move forward than to stay stuck. And you are strong enough. You are courageous enough. You are ready enough. The $222 million are not coming to a heart weighed down with bitterness. They are coming to a heart free, open, ready, thankful. And forgiveness is how you become that heart. So let go today. Forgive today. Free yourself today. Because on the other side of forgiveness is the flood of abundance. On the other side of forgiveness is the millionaire life waiting for you. On the other side of forgiveness is your $222 million. You've let go of hesitation. You've built a lifestyle of gratitude. You've chosen forgiveness and freed your spirit. Now it's time to activate the most powerful force you carry, the weapon that shifts everything in the unseen realm: prayer. Beloved, prayer is not a ritual. Prayer is not just words you say before meals or a bedtime routine you rush through. Prayer is a lifeline. It's a declaration. It's a spiritual weapon that cuts through barriers, shakes loose resistance, and secures the path for your millionaire destiny. Every word you speak in faith moves things you cannot see. Understand this clearly. Your words matter. When you speak in prayer, you're not just filling the air. You're shaping your future. Your words have weight. They build foundations. They dismantle lies. They open doors. That's why you can't afford to stay silent. Silence may feel safe, but silence allows resistance to linger. When you speak, when you pray, when you declare, you release power. Think of prayer like a key. Each word you speak in faith turns the key further. And with each turn, locks open, gates shift, doors swing wide. When you pray with conviction, you are not begging. You are activating promises already secured. You're saying, I know what belongs to me, and I will not stop until I see it. And beloved, here's the truth. Some breakthroughs will not happen without your voice. Yes, abundance is promised. Yes, $222 million is yours. But your words are the bridge that pulls it from the unseen into the seen. Your declarations are the force that drags the blessing into reality. That's why you must pray boldly, consistently, relentlessly. So, how do you use prayer as a weapon? First, pray with conviction. Stop whispering prayers filled with doubt. Stop begging as though the promise isn't already yours. Stand tall, lift your voice, and declare, $222 million is flowing into my life. No resistance can block it. No enemy can steal it. No delay can deny it. Speak it with the authority of someone who knows they're chosen. Second, pray with persistence. Don't quit when the answer doesn't show up immediately. Prayer isn't about asking once and walking away. Prayer is about showing up day after day, declaring over and over until resistance breaks. Your persistence proves your belief. It says, I won't stop until I see it. Third, pray with gratitude. Don't make prayer only about requests. Fill it with thanks. Say, thank you for the $222 million already moving toward me. Thank you for the millionaire life I'm stepping into. Thank you for the freedom and opportunities already aligned. Gratitude in prayer multiplies its power because it shows you believe it's already done. Fourth, pray with vision. Don't just say the words, see them. Picture the blessing as you pray. Imagine the $222 million in your account. Imagine the homes you'll bless, the projects you'll build, the lives you'll impact. The more vividly you see it in prayer, the faster it takes shape in reality. And beloved, know this. Prayer doesn't just move money. It moves you. It shifts your mindset. It strengthens your spirit. It anchors your faith. Every time you pray, you're building spiritual muscle. You're training yourself to see beyond what's visible, to believe beyond what's logical, to live beyond what's ordinary. Let me give you a picture. Imagine a wall standing between you and your blessing. That wall is made of doubt, fear, resistance, and opposition. Every prayer you speak is like striking that wall with a hammer. One strike may not break it. 2 strikes may not shatter it. But if you keep striking, if you keep declaring, if you keep praying with fire, eventually the wall crumbles. And when it does, the flood of abundance rushes in unhindered. This is why you can't afford to grow weary. This is why silence isn't an option. Your words are weapons, and every prayer is a strike against resistance. Beloved, you've already seen glimpses of this. Times when you prayed and suddenly things shifted. Times when you spoke with faith and doors opened unexpectedly. Those weren't coincidences. They were confirmations. They were reminders that your words carry weight in the unseen. So now, I urge you, pray like someone who knows the $222 million are already secured. Pray like someone who knows they're stepping into millionaire destiny. Pray like someone who refuses to let silence rob them of blessing. Here's a declaration you can begin speaking daily. Today, I declare the $222 million flowing into my life are unstoppable. No fear, no doubt, no delay, no resistance can hold back what's mine. I walk in millionaire status. I live in abundance. I am ready, prepared, and aligned. Every blessing, every opportunity, every dollar is already moving into my hands, and I will use it with gratitude, generosity, and purpose. Speak that every day. Speak it until your heart beats with certainty. Speak it until your mind believes it beyond question. Speak it until the atmosphere shifts and aligns. Beloved, prayer is your weapon. Use it boldly. Use it consistently. Use it with fire. Because the $222 million are not just drifting. They're being pulled closer with every word of faith you release. So don't stay quiet. Don't hold back. Open your mouth and speak. Because when you pray, you don't just change circumstances, you change destinies. And your destiny is millionaire status, secured, unstoppable, undeniable. The floodgates are opening. Keep striking, keep declaring, keep praying. Because soon, very soon, the walls will crumble, and you will step into everything promised. Every dollar, every blessing, every ounce of abundance. Beloved, the time for waiting has passed. The season of hesitation is over. You are not standing at the edge of your promise anymore. You are already inside it. This is not about a dream that will someday happen. This is about a reality that is unfolding right now. The blessing of $222 million is not far away. It's not on the horizon. It is here. It is moving. It is alive in your life this very moment. Now comes the call. Walk in it. Don't just think about it. Don't just pray about it. Don't just hope for it. Live it. Speak it. Embody it. Become it. Because when you walk as if the blessing is already yours, you align yourself completely with it. You attract it. You hold it. You multiply it. Let's be honest. Many people live as if they're still waiting. They say they believe, but their words drip with doubt. They say they trust, but their actions hesitate. They say they expect abundance, but they carry themselves as if lack is permanent. That cannot be you. Not anymore. You are not waiting for millionaire status. You are walking in it. You are not hoping for $222 million. You are living as though it's already in your account. And here's the truth. When you shift into that mindset, everything around you begins to shift. The opportunities you attract change. The conversations you have change. The way people perceive you changes. And most importantly, the way you perceive yourself changes. You stop thinking like someone begging for a chance, and you start thinking like someone who knows they are chosen. This is what it means to walk in the reality now. You speak abundance, not lack. You plan with vision, not fear. You move with confidence, not hesitation. You live with generosity, not scarcity. When you wake up, you say, "Thank you for my millionaire reality. Thank you for the $222 million flowing in my life." You don't wait for proof. You declare the truth, and that declaration shifts atmospheres. Beloved, I want you to understand this clearly. Abundance is not just about having money. It's about embodying a new identity, a millionaire identity, a person who knows they were born for greatness, born for impact, born for more. And the $222 million are the confirmation of that identity, not the source of it. So start living like it's already done. Don't ask, when will it happen? Start asking, what do I need to prepare for now that it has happened? Don't say, one day, I'll be able to. Start saying, now I can. That's the shift. That's the power. That's walking in reality. Imagine yourself walking into the bank, looking at your account and seeing the balance. 222 million.00. How do you feel? How do you carry yourself? How do you treat others? Now, bring that energy into today. Don't wait until the numbers show up. Become that person now, because when you align with it, you magnetize it. Here's the truth. Faith isn't pretending. Faith is perceiving a reality before others see it. Faith is living in the unseen until it becomes seen. And your faith has carried you here. Now your actions must match it. Beloved, don't hide this blessing. Don't shrink back. Don't play small because others might not understand. Walk tall, walk bold, walk radiant. You are not ordinary. You are not average. You are chosen for abundance. You are set apart for wealth. You are marked for millionaire destiny. Yes, some will doubt. Yes, some will whisper. Yes, some will call you unrealistic. But they don't know what you know. They don't feel what you feel. They haven't heard what I've spoken. And when the blessing manifests fully, even they will have to admit it was real all along. And when it does, beloved, remember why it came. This blessing is not just for you, it's through you. The $222 million are not just for comfort, they're for purpose. They're for building, for blessing, for leaving a legacy. They're for proving to the world that abundance flows when gratitude, forgiveness, faith, and action align. So, as you walk in this reality, live generously. Give freely, share openly. Let your wealth be a light. Let your abundance be a testimony. Let your life be the proof that when heaven speaks, nothing can stop it. Now, hear this. Your millionaire moment is not coming. It has already begun. You're not chasing it, it's chasing you. You're not striving for it, it's flowing into your life. And nothing, no fear, no delay, no doubt, no resistance, can stop it. So walk boldly, beloved. Step into every day with the confidence of one who knows their destiny is secure. Live as though $222 million is already in your hands, because in the unseen it is. And soon, very soon, you'll see it in the natural. Your millionaire life is not a dream, it's your reality. And the best season of your life begins now. Beloved, your millionaire breakthrough is already in motion. The promise of $222 million isn't just a dream, it's your reality, unfolding right now. Walk boldly, speak it daily, and live as though the transfer has already cleared. If this message stirred your spirit, don't let it stop here. Hit that like button, subscribe for more life-changing confirmations, and comment. $222 million below to declare your alignment. Every share multiplies this blessing in the lives of others. Stay connected, stay thankful, and remember, your millionaire destiny is not waiting. It's happening now.